An early start tonight. I know that is a little unexpected for me, but for those of you who didn't hear the announcements previously, last week was supposed to be the Dirty Rectangles meetup. This is a local game dev collective, a bunch of really interesting developers. But normally that online meetup is the second Wednesday of every month, and for whatever reason, this meetup is happening on the third Wednesday, which is when it normally was, when it was taking place in the real world. Excuse me. I wolfed down dinner, but clearly not all of it. So with that in mind, I am going to be doing... So normally we just don't do a stream at all, but I do occasionally try to knock out a, kind of a quick one before the event starts. And we're in that similar space here today. One of the big reasons why I wanted to do this is Phantom Brigade just got a new update on Tuesday. So this is the sweater weather update. I can't remember the number, but I bet it'll tell me. Sorry. I'll try not to make that a habit. Update 12, sweater weather. So as always, we're going to load up the game. We are going to be going over the patch notes just because we are rushed or just because it's going to be an abbreviated stream does not mean that we skip what matters to us. And for me, patch notes matter. So I'm just going to... I'll let the game load and then I will... Okay, sorry. I'm also going to get some water. Early access. Welcome to the Brigade. We're excited for you to experience Phantom Brigade and to have your help in sharing its development during its early access period. During the course of development, some aspects of the game might feel rough, sparse, or buggy. Every month we'll release a major update, which will include bug fixes, new features, and quality of life improvements for players. We appreciate your patience and feedback throughout this process as we work to deliver the most important features and fixes. From the main menu, check out our early access roadmap to see what's coming next for Phantom Brigade. Reach out to us via the Brace Yourself Games Discord community or read the latest patch notes for the latest changes and known issues. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to making Phantom Brigade better and better with your help. Seizure Warning. A very small percentage of people may experience a seizure when exposed to certain visual images, including flashing lights or visual patterns. These seizures have a variety of symptoms, including lightheadedness, altered vision, eye or face twitching, jerking and shaking of arms or legs, disorientation, confusion, or momentary loss of awareness. Immediately stop playing and consult a doctor if you experience any of these symptoms, or if you or your relatives have a history of seizures or epilepsy. It is recommended that you consult your doctor before playing. I don't know if the game music's a little loud for the broadcast, if somebody can give me a confirmation on this one way or the other. I think sometimes we play around with the audio levels here, but just let me know. So, roadmap. October was Content Pack number 1. We are now into Content Pack number 2, a dynamic weather system, new narrative events, and new railgun weapons. And next month we can look forward to Overworld Overhaul number 1. I think this is going to be a very big change when the time comes. So mobile-based movement modes, enhanced enemy patrols, overworld stealth gameplay, and cinematic combat openings. And then for future releases, combat replay, pilot progression, rival pilots, localization support, gamepad support, and it does mention dynamic weather and more. I believe that may need to be updated based on what we see here. But most importantly, well, there's two important things I need to get out of the way. Number one, I was given a key for Phantom Brigade by Brace Yourself Games, and I am obviously I'm very fond of them as developers, and definitely in terms of however far I've been able to interact with them as people, they're definitely people I admire very much. But as far as the streaming side is concerned, it's always good to disclose that stuff. Every once in a while, especially when I'm in a rush to get the game started, I will sometimes trip up, and I'll fail to mention that as early as I should. So this is me not falling into that trap. Sorry, there was going to be a second thing that I mentioned, but I don't remember what it was. That was the big disclosure that I need to get out of the way. Anyways, if I can remember it, I'll bring it up. But for now, let's talk about some updates. Actually, let's watch the trailer. I believe Front Mission is the low-budget indie clone of Phantom Brigade. How you doing, Night Valiant? I don't know if there's anybody here. I'd actually, if you can tell me how the game-to-voice volume ratio is, that would be rather helpful, because I have a feeling that it might be a little hot, but I could also... I could be just a little paranoid about it. How am I? A bit rushed. I had a kind of a work call that happened right before. Game is a tick loud. Okay. I don't know if that improved anything. I know we're kind of transitioning between. Songs, but. You can let me know. Just let me know if it's too loud, and I'll jump through. It's just I'm gonna do the patch note, so it's probably good for me to try and get that, get that settled before I read too many words. Anyways, yeah. So a bit rushed because I got a work call like right before I was gonna get ready to start streaming, so I kind of wolfed down dinner and got ready to go. The other thing I wanted to say, if you want to watch the developer play the new update, that's on the Brace Yourself channel, so that'll happen on, that's usually on the Monday. And so Nikita's sort of the face of Phantom Brigade, it feels like, but you got a chance to see Nikita do some of this patch. I actually only got a chance to see sort of the end, so a lot of this is going to be brand new to me, but it looks like a very meaty patch. So, patch highlights. Off the rails, 3 new powerful railgun weapons, Event Horizon, new narrative events, and 6 new pre-combat events. Rain check, rain clouds now appear on the overworld and in battle. Missile balance, improving guidance and reducing scatter, and more. Phantom Brigade is in early access, which means we are actively updating and adding new content based on our roadmap and your wonderful feedback. We update Phantom Brigade on the 3rd Tuesday of every month. You can expect the next major update on Tuesday, December 21st, 2021 at 11 a.m. Pacific Time. See the full patch notes below. New railguns! Olaf, how you doing? Good to see you as always. Railgun projectiles penetrate through structure and units, allowing them to be more versatile when dealing with large groups of units or in areas with high cover density. Thank you very much for the host, my friend. Now I've got 2 people to let me know if the game-to-voice volume is wrong. Open stream and you hear new railguns. Yeah, I don't use railguns too much, but I don't know, new weapons are always a good chance to mess around with. SMGRE-01 Barrage. A short-range SMG shoots many high-speed rounds in very quick succession. The new weapon is not very accurate, especially when moving. MRE-02 Lancer. This long-range sniper railgun shoots a single high-speed round. These rounds are very accurate and incredibly fast and can be shot at short intervals. The MRE-03 Striker. It's a medium-range railgun assault rifle that shoots several high-speed rounds. These rounds are very accurate and incredibly fast. Sniper. As with other energy weapons, these railguns can be found in experimental spec ops and army-controlled provinces. New events, ranks. The guerrilla ranks have been blowing up, and they've been asking for help training some of their new recruits. This event triggers after the draft event has been completed. A weapon lost. The brigade catches wind that a weapon is wreaking havoc on another province. Could it be the one that got away? This event occurs after losing the assassination event. Paranormal. Pilots are told about a haunted barn in the province. Capsule. The brigade happens upon a buried time capsule left at the base of a tree by a previous generation, one that lived before the occupation. And expendable. The brigade mourns the loss of many pilots. Difficulty. A notification that the province you've entered is a much higher level than your brigade may be ready for. And 6 brand new pre-combat events. Rain. Rain clouds now appear in the overworld. You can see their effective area when zoomed in on the overworld map. Weather conditions UI. Mission briefing will now report the weather on the battlefield. Weather in combat. Battlefields will be misty and rainy at different intensities. At higher intensities, puddles will also appear on the map. I don't know if they will affect the combat at all. Missile launcher rebalance, and this is a community request. All missile launchers have been rebalanced to be more reliable by improving guidance and reducing scatter. Please continue to give us feedback on how these changes feel. I really should be using missiles more often, but haven't quite found a spot for them in my group yet. Okay, fixed an issue where tutorial music plays in the assassination scenario. Fixed incorrect description of slug and starburst from no guidance to typically guided. Fixed the top left's unit selection UI in combat getting stuck on the wrong unit. Fixed an issue allowing actions to be placed in the next turn if overlapped. Fixed unit snapping its shield during the tutorial end cinematic. Fixed multiple issues when loading a game in the mobile vase. Fixed an issue with tank drop-in animations. Adjusted the name of the up ahead event screens. Fixed black markets initiating combat. Fixed retreating from broken down convoy blocking combat at this site again. Turrets can no longer get concussed. What a shame. Fixed an issue where the mixed left hands were blending into ultra-heavy weapons. Fixed projectiles on the SGE-05 Dragon. Incendiary splitter. Taking too long to detonate after missing their target. And various audio fixes to melee. Alright. I'm going to shut off the display. Sorry, I had to send a quick message, and let's face it, it's a good soundtrack, so you can get all hyped. Okay. Right, there is a recover supplies mission way up in that spec ops base. But then we also found a convoy and an outpost. Okay, well here's how I'm going to handle it. Let's take care of the convoy, let's take care of the outpost, and then we can take care of the base. I think that's probably the right order of things. Untested waters. After you cross the border into the new province, a pilot approaches you looking worried. Hey, Commander, we just got intel back on this region, he says. The enemy troops here are much tougher than anything we've dealt with before. Behind him, your other pilot says, we can try to beat them, but we put people at more risk by trying to be heroes than by leaving here and coming back when we're better trained. What do you reckon, boss? Your driver calls from the front. Up to you. We're not one step back! Gear up. At your order, the base flies into action and prepares for a fight. An engineer sprints toward the bay to check on the guns, passing a scout relaying combat data through the radio. There's shouting everywhere. At your side, someone's leg bounces up and down. Boot heel tapping on the grate. You feel eyes on you, waiting for your command. Oh, I like this. Alright, so we're after Mule 322. It's a convoy raid. It's on the army, which means we'll potentially be getting some of these new weapons. A mobile squad that transports valuable parts and subsystems to the frontline units and between locations, often heavily defended. Retreating with assets rather than eliminating all units is recommended. We're not in tip-top shape. Alright. We're going straight in. And they're here. Great timing. Our big bird is about to do another pass. He'll send back up our way, so don't panic and hold out for a minute. Sorry, I just gotta finish. New music. And how you doing, Shifty Duvet? Oh! I wonder if this is the build-up for a particular song. It sounds like it might be. Okay. So our main objective here should be to grab both of these, but the reinforcements arrive in 2 turns. So what are we up against? We've got a sniper, so we don't want to be anywhere near the damage that comes through that. That thing is going to do... Actually, really? 420 on a full volley? That's still probably enough to take out the centers of some of my units, though. Okay, I need to stop being such a baby then. Big guy here has got a shotgun, so we want to do the exact opposite with them. We want to engage them at range. We've got the Vanguard with an autocannon and a regular cannon. So this unit and this unit are ones that we do not want to, we want to be kind of careful about. These two, as long as we can kite them, will be fine. So let's just take a look at where all the bullets are going. Okay, so it looks like they're focused on... They're actually focused on the big guy. That works for me. So here's how I'm thinking about this one. What if, for our machine gunner, we start with a dash? How many dashes can I get away with? Well, if I do that, then I'm running in. So, you know what? Let's just push it forward. Actually, you know what? I don't need to get so clever about it. Okay. So I'm just going to wait for the shots to finish. So yeah, sadly the machine gunner's sort of out of the out of the fight for the start of this. But again, remembering how this has worked out for us in the past, being able to have everybody direct their attention towards a single unit tends to pay off for us in the long run. So I'm going to run the melee unit up, and then we'll just take advantage of... Oh. Apparently wasn't as clever as I thought it was. Okay, so it's a little past the halfway point. What does that do if I walk it? It's roughly the same. Okay. So this gives me some flexibility. crash. Okay. It's too fast. Okay, so we don't crash. We hop over. I just kind of want to see what this hop looks like. The rest of this has got to be about putting as much, basically, giving them something of a penalty for going after my guys. You know what? I think I'll take the heat damage. Okay, now, this is going to be a bit of a tricky one just because of all my units moving all over the place. No, that's not going to work. So I'm a little worried that they might be moving somewhere I can't actually access them. You know what? I should have stuck with the decision that I made before. Yeah, so we're going to be running really hot for a little while, but I want to try and maximize the... and then I crash, so... Oh, God. It's as good as I'm going to get. But I do want to try and put the hurt on that tank, so... So, I was gonna tell a joke that I... By the way, Shifty Duvet, I don't know if I said hello or if I just said, oh, I'll acknowledge chat and then move on. But Shifty Duvet, thank you for stopping by. So, I was gonna tell a joke that what this soundtrack really needed was a song that went dun 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 dun. But it turns out it's the very first track. So, new music added to this one. I'm very happy to hear this song. Okay. So, good news, we took out their sidearm. Bad news is the sidearm wasn't what I cared about. And I kind of suspected that... they'd be going after the big weapon afterwards. But again, that opens up opportunities for the rest of the squad. So, before we go too far, is anybody coming after the... No. Okay, so nobody is. Nobody's coming after the big guy. So, to my view, this gives me an opportunity. So I do a dash like this. It seems to me like we just stay put. Oh, actually, we gotta wait a little while for them to move. Okay, that's still within the turn. Yeah, that definitely works for me. Okay, so when does the shot on the... Alright, pretty much right away. So how do I get away from danger? Okay. That works great. Okay, so everybody's focused on this unit here. So what I'm going to do here is... Alright, I'm taking a little bit of a risk doing this, but I think it's worth it. So this is not the smartest choice I've ever made because it is still hitting me with heat, but it's just in practical terms, it's sort of the option I have right now. Now, there is a reason why we've got a melee unit in the area. I want to see if I can maybe just do this from this position. Okay, doesn't quite work that way. Yeah, I'm definitely hoping a little bit on some of this, but okay, so the last thing we need to do is just see how long we can let this thing run. Pretty much, I think we pretty much have to go to ground as soon as... In fact, if nothing else, it's just so I can protect my my existing unit from some of the consequences of their actions. Okay, I don't think I'm going to go up the hill. Well, you know what? I'll get ready for the next round. I'll still probably be a target on the next turn, but we can deal with that at the time. So, I think most of the really good action's going to be happening around here. Fair enough, Shifty. I'm just a little scattered tonight, so just as a reminder, the Dirty Rectangles, the local game dev collective, they're doing a meetup at 8 o'clock tonight. Now, I'm going to try and skirt, because I know they're like anyone, right? You know, you set a time to start, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's actually the time when things start. So I'm gonna do my best to try and make the make the times work. But I need to start early, but I also need to cut things a bit short. So okay, we'll start out wide and then we'll move into where the action's going. I wasn't expecting a 73% concussion on that. We might actually have some good news in a little bit. %. 99. So the big question is this second one going to work? Looks like we did hit them. I also think I've got 69% concussion on myself. That's a lot of damage my melee, or actually, I mean, it's distributed, so it's not quite as bad as all that. But now we're going to watch the moment of truth and see if we can take this one out. don't think there's enough concussive damage in that machine gun to... It's close, it's just not exactly where we needed it to be. Decelerating. Let's flank and finish them off. Okay. So it looks like it's 2 reinforcements, a tank, and probably a heavy. That looks kind of like a shield. Oh, nope, that's probably a missile launcher. But we're in fairly decent shape, I think. This unit... So we should see what they're doing this turn, but... Okay, looks like they really want... Actually, that's a really smart move on their part, because I already committed to this... this melee attack, so they're going to get a great shot right to the back. There's nothing I can do about it. I was thinking, like, could I dash in front of it? Could I... My best bet... So obviously this is making me run hot, but... Now this seems to be hitting me pretty quick. Okay, but it's not in a meaningful range, so. So if I just let her rip. Yeah, it doesn't work. I think I'll just stay put then. So if I run up with this unit and then I hit him with the melee. Oh my god, that better work. Okay. So clearly this is not the done thing. Oh, actually, looks like they really don't want to do anything to me right now. They're just protecting. They're just putting up their shields. So that gives me opportunities with the enemy units. So basically, any opportunity for me to do damage to an enemy unit, I want to take. While making sure that I'm still safe from the shotgun. Alright, I think that's as close as I'm going to be able to get to it, so... Alright, looks like we whiffed on that one. But it also looks like they didn't fire. That one's out. So this is a wasted shot. This is all heat that I'm generating. So the last move we really need to see is what happens to our shotgun friend. Oh, do you know what board game you're going to be playing tonight, Shifty Duvet, or is it decided at the time? Okay, I was about to be very, very angry. Oh, cool. I haven't, actually haven't played, I actually haven't even heard of that one. Well, unless you mentioned it before, but... Okay, cool. So, the music seems to think that I'm losing now, which is interesting. We've taken out the sharpshooter. This tank is actually surprisingly intact. We are eventually going to have to deal with this unit. It did allow its right-hand side to sort of refresh a little bit. So if I can, I want to try and take advantage of that. The biggest thing for me right now is that I think we're in a fairly good position to inflict some pretty nasty hits on the enemy. So this is a heavy missile launcher, so this is something I need to worry about, right? So it's 1,000 damage on a full round. It does say that the missiles have gotten better, so this is something that I do want to take out reasonably quickly. I think probably the way for me to handle this. So the autocannon does sort of throw a wrench into the plans, but let's just take a look here. So in theory, if we just stand and wait for this unit, even then, I feel like we can do a little bit better. So I feel like that still gives us an opportunity to sort of open fire at a decent rate. So again, we've got the machine gun here, so we do want to make sure that we sort of have a clear line of sight to the enemy, but I also, if I can, I want to avoid taking damage, so that doesn't seem like much of a possibility here. So what I'm going to do, I'll walk, I'll dash. So part of the jumping is to try and take the the missiles off the scent. So next question here is, what's the best use of my melee unit? And I think if I can, it should be to disable threats. So first threat I want to take out is the tank. And then following that, I want to turn around and go after the missiles. So I think the full team has something to do. Nope, not Kilo. Kilo definitely should be putting some hurt. Well, actually, there's one of two things they can be inconveniencing. I'm gonna opt for the tank for starters. That's largely a question of availability. And then they're going to make a move on the missile launcher. So again, big open question as to whether or not the missile winds up being as harmful as I think it might, but we'll see how it all plays out. So you want to track the journey of the slug. It could also just hit the concrete barrier, but that would be a little anticlimactic if it did. Man, that thing really delivers a punishing amount of concussion. And it really looks like... Okay, yep, nope, that totally hit the wall. That one's gotta go through, though. Okay, so this thing's just about to get taken out. And I guess we get to see what happens with the... Okay, so this one, I'm actually going to go... So I would have gone hard left normally, but they're actually already headed to the right. So I'm going to go hard right. And assuming that we live... Oh, that's not the right call. Okay, that actually makes life a bit difficult for me. Okay, so they're getting ready to eject. We'll be fine there. So I'm going to move around and open up on the shotgunner as soon as I have an opportunity. If I could get on the other side, I'd be so much happier. I think I'll just take the wins where I can. We've already got some heat damage coming in, so we'll just stand and deliver. Excuse me. So I'm curious if there's any way for me to... Okay, yeah, if I just move slightly to the left here. So then the next question is, if I throw my shield up... No, that doesn't work. So there's a really specific plan that I have here, which is, again, the missiles are coming in, so this is designed to try and hurt the guidance system. The other thing that's kind of neat here is that this potentially... I don't know why it's not giving me collision warnings, because this is definitely on the way. But then I... Okay. Oh, that works beautifully. Okay. So, here's the idea. So, one of these dashes is to try and give the missiles the slip. I bring up my shield basically to try and cause this unit to crash. It also winds up absorbing the shotgun shot. So, yeah, this unit's doing what it needs to do. I think I'm actually going to stay... Oh, no, I can't stay put because of the missiles that are about to come after me. So I'm going to wait. And then... This might be too long already, but we'll try and dash away. And I gotta make sure that my melee unit gets out of range, because that autocannon is gonna be very annoyed with me. Severe will end the round in one of the capture zones that protects me, and it actually brings us towards an objective. Those are uncomfortably close. So the nice thing is that if they still track me... Yes! If they still track me while I'm dashing, of course, it's all going to wind up on this unit. It's a lot of barrier damage. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to have happen. That's all barrier on us, so... And a little friendly fire for good measure. Alright, so that was probably premature as far as the rockets are concerned. I think they're still going to be coming after me. I'm sure Kilo's feeling very secure with where these... Oh, beauty. They're going to eject next turn, almost certainly. Yeah. But the heavy launcher's still in the game, so... This unit is going to open up on the... You heard Phantom Brigade? So you've been summoned. How you doing, Mad King Brutus? Happy pre-birthday to you. And designer is Alexander Feister. Love his work, Great Western Trail, Broom Service, etc. Oh god, I feel like I need to spend more time on board game gig, Shifty Duvet. I know you are definitely a connoisseur, but I'm realizing how out of it I am. I'm doing all right. It's a bit of a weird day today, but not necessarily a bad one. I've been doing some data stuff. Actually, sorry, I'm gonna do something I shouldn't normally do. Okay. If there's somebody who normally watches, okay. Some people. How do I say it? Oh no, I know how to say this. If you are the intended recipient of this message, you will know that James will be very happy to know that I finally sat down and finished a thing that I had been planning to do for him for a while. For those, the 99% of you watching will have no idea what that means, but I'm hoping between... I want to clean my kitchen. I've got the whole apartment done except for the kitchen, and the kitchen doesn't really need that much work, so I want to try and knock down that win. And it kind of feels like this week I've had like one big project I've wanted to do that I've made meaningful progress on. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, so how do I best manage... Okay, first things first. Looks like things are getting a bit hot, so... Oh, and they're going to be coming after me again, so... I think I know how I'm going to do it. I'm basically... If this is going to be the thing that absorbs all the missiles, so be it. I'm going to get my machine gunner. So they're going to act as the shield. The big question is, where can I put them so that if they get hit here as well as here, like where do I move next if this kind of plays out the way I want it to? Actually, I guess I can kind of provoke it, so we'll just walk into him. Does it really take me that long to... Alright. Oh, but the catch is if they're there, that doesn't work, right? Okay, so if I dash up... Still not really in range. Yeah, it doesn't really have the intended effect. Okay, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'll do my best with what I know at the time. And I think they're gonna be sitting there, and I'm gonna be doing the damage. Okay, this unit can get an objective. Yep, okay, I'll keep him there. And at this point, we let the more mobile unit start to make plays on the tank. There's really only one enemy for us to be dealing with now, so... Who doesn't have orders? That's by design. Oh, I thought that would have had at least some proximity damage. Okay, so that second jump is not necessary. Oh, and apparently eye count is crashing on this one now. Fair enough. Right, Commander, the base is circled around the perimeter. We're ready to pick up the squad if needed. The enemy will hold the site if you do so. Okay, so this unit's now directing its attention towards... my more nimble unit. I am definitely running a little too early, though. Let's do the damage that we can. I mean, we've already taken the heat damage at this point, so... And looks like they're not the target of the missiles anymore, so... the angles don't quite work. Something a little more vanilla might work, though. Huh. I really did not do myself any favors with this jump. Oh wait, how much you want to bet this is all because of the... Yeah. Alright. Close enough. Now we can do better. So that's not quite gonna deliver like a proper kill on the tank, but it's close. There's definitely more I can do with this unit though, so. Okay, that's gonna crash all turn now. Oh, it's done. All right. Let's see if that park bench survives. I'll share a vague secret, working hard on moving manufacturing from China back to North America. A lot of it. I suspect I know exactly what you're referring to. That's very cool if you are Shifty Duvet. I'm thinking this is in reference to your knowledge of a particular field. Whoa! I don't know where that came from. I hope it didn't destroy the park bench. Nope, that park bench was made to last. If I have a memorial park bench, I would like you all to please make it out of the material this one is. Okay, so really, there's not a whole lot more to do. We might as well capture an objective. I'm still trying to figure out where that boom came from. And they're ready to eject, so at this point we should... actually, if I can, it'd be nice if we can walk it off, but I don't think we can, so we'll have to leave it. Hostiles eliminated, site under control. Okay, so we did, first of all, there's the stuff that we get just for being good people. So we get a workshop charge for an assault rifle, incendiary, and a thruster. We have a glory dog, which I'm probably not really going to use, so we could just turn that into scrap right away. I don't see any reason why we would, you know, we don't lose anything by taking it, though. We get a couple of uncommon... Oh, sorry, an uncommon arm and the spike. So this might be an improvement for our axe. We'll have to see. So, let's take the rare stuff. It is broken, but it's rare, so we'll go for it. Actually, if we just take all the colored stuff, okay, we go over the limit. We don't have a sniper rifle, so I'm tempted to take one of those. The blast is tempting, but let's start by trying to scrap it. Shred would be good to hang on to. Now, the Svalin is actually something that I might use as an upgrade, so I can't really get rid of that. I really can't get rid of most of this stuff, but I need to find 20 somewhere. Well, I could just not take something. So if I don't... Yeah, so the stuff I want the most, unfortunately, is the broken stuff. So if I just 86 the handgun altogether, then I only need to give up 10. So what's the one part that I'd be willing to give up? I suppose... Yeah, they're all pretty good. Scraps definitely become really interesting. This Nox upper might be something... Yeah. It might have been something I hung on to, or... No, it's a heavy body. We'll confirm. Okay, so our next destination is going to be Monument 99, but we do need to finish the recovery and the repair first, so let's just run with it. Oh, hang on. Nope, we could have moved right away. God, I've got a tired crew. Have a good one, Shifty Debate. Thanks for stopping by, and enjoy Games Night. Into the fray, the base comes alive with the sound of boots crashing against the floor. In the hangar, an engineer shouts his instructions to the crew, and a pilot rushes to get changed. You keep your eyes trained on the battle console, settling yourself with a deep breath. This is an outpost raid on the Spec Ops resupply point. They are often well guarded, and units are eager to call in for reinforcements if attacked. Raids with retreat points allow for loot without having to eliminate all hostiles. So we're going to suit up. I know I'm short on time, but I am going to take the time to upgrade some of my units because we did get some good stuff. My lowest level technically is the hammer, although the number of upgrades we might have are somewhat limited. So one thing I gotta remember is that this has got empty plating, which is gonna really mess with the numbers here. Oh, and it's raining. This'll get interesting. Alright, and this has got hollowed lower legs. So again, I think it's gonna be tough to replace. Better integrity and mass though. Okay, I stand corrected. So it didn't really move the numbers, but that's fine because we still got him an upgrade. All right, the gavel. So this is the one that potentially had an upgrade in the form of the axe. So the MAS2 spike. A lighter axe. So less heat generation, concussive and destabilizing, concussive and destabilize. Yeah, so it's basically... Okay, I genuinely hate that I'm actually making this a factor in the decision. But one thing I really like is the fact that I got this big monster axe as opposed to this shorter one. I mean, speed's not nothing, right? But I don't have an indication that this is actually going to wind up doing more damage. So in this case here, I think I kind of want to stick with the one that I've already got. I could be a double axe. Oh my god, that would be so ridiculous. I've got to wonder if there's some kind of bonus that you can do for having like a dual wield melee character in this game. Like there's got to be some way that you can incentivize people to bring to... I mean, other than the practical benefits of having like a backup weapon. Anyways, that's a conversation for another time. Let's see if we can keep our weight. Again, I'm thinking probably not, but never say never. So how much you want to bet that this Nox 2M gets a lot better once I stick the hollowed plating on it? I guess there's no way for me to just straight up pull that out, so... Okay, heat dissipation's still not great on those, though. So you know what? Maybe this isn't the right mech for it. Alright, that was fairly easy. So the Sleipnir and the Stalwart are the next two. So yeah, again, this thing's sitting on empty plating, so... So the Svalin is heavier, but I think we kind of already accepted that... this was going to be a slow mover. There might be a core that I can use, so this is currently a heat core. So it's good on the heat dissipation. It's actually very good on the heat dissipation, but what's the next best that I can get? Oof, charge is even worse. You know what? Oddly enough, this is still the best core that I can be putting on it right now. The trade-offs are not quite where they need to be. Okay, so... I could try and... could try just different weapons. So it looks like these sniper rifles don't exactly spark joy. This machine gun isn't... And the machine gun's okay for the concussive, but not enough to make up the difference on the damage. Okay. Now this is one I'm actually willing to... This is one I'm willing to trade out. So slight sacrifice on heat dissipation, but not the end of the world level. It's currently equipping a gyro. Yeah, that's fine. I'll change the livery to the iridescent one I liked. I just don't remember what it was called. It wasn't experimental, was it? So I guess the legs. And generally I'm not willing to take hits to the... I'm not willing to take hits to the integrity. Okay, so let's make sure that whatever... there are some improvements that we can put. So there's a better shotgun, which we can stick on the lance, which currently hasn't really been used all that much, but it is a pretty good mech. So current shotgun 420. Yeah, that might be just a little bit of an improvement. Now I'm not so sure about the shield. So like right now this thing is 1780. If I put this big Svalin shield on it, that is twice the weight. Mind you, it's at 17, so yeah, that's not too bad. So small sacrifices in terms of heat dissipation. This is actually an... This one's strictly dominant. So we're giving up 71 barrier, but it's 441 and better heat dissipation. Same mass. I guess that makes sense though, because we took out a part that was in sort of the A team. Okay. So good news there. Linebacker, I'm not so sure that we're gonna have anything too exciting. Yeah, this is another one with a big shield. So I don't see... Whoa! Holy crap! I feel like I gotta try these ones just for the sake of, like, seeing how it all works. I don't think I have any better shields I can stick on that thing, so Ajax it is for them. Okay. So I am about to make a very bad decision. Oh, it says clear, drat. I was really hoping we'd see some rain. Okay, so I don't remember who is in which one. Okay. So I'm technically weakening my squad doing this, but I'm really curious to see how these turn out. So basically, I'm replacing the ultra heavy weapon with the 6,000 damage beam weapon, and I'm replacing the melee weapon, or I'm replacing the melee unit with the shotgun shield combo. So we're considerably more tanky than the than the normal squad. But we also don't have some of our get out of jail free cards in the form of things like the ability to kind of insta knock down an enemy. But let's see how we handle it. Actually, sorry, I'm just going to take a quick second. I'm going to just get up and stretch before the battle, so I'll be back in just a minute. I encourage you to do the same. Sorry about that. I've been trying to follow app recommendations to do stuff like, get up and move. So, yes, I'm letting my broadcast be determined by some Silicon Valley engineer, but that's life. What are we up against? One turret with a heavy launcher. Ooh. Incendiary repeater. I do not remember how this weapon works. And a machine gun. And then, of course, reinforcements in 2 turns. Okay. So we get 1 free turn away from the red ring of death. Here's one idea I have. I'm not exactly gonna get, like, the hill between me and the enemy. I guess I can... shoot the turret while I'm... Okay, so the idea here is that I try and use this for cover as much as I can. Is that really as... I guess it is pretty low. So yeah, that's not really going to give me a lot of protection. It's the fact that there's the turret there that gives me the protection. This is shooting me with a machine gun. So, one of the ways around that... It's inelegant, but honestly just running... Oh. I gotta make sure that is as straight as I possibly can, though. Yeah, so I start turning into the attack right around the time it gets hit by the hill, so that's exactly where I want it to be. Okay, so I want to see if I can... Nice, okay, so there's no collision. So the trick here is I gotta get into the action as quickly as possible with this unit. So I'll admit, I do feel a little bit bad about the amount of heat damage I'm generating on myself. Ooh, 88, that's quite a bit. I'm gonna live with it though, because it's a chance for almost a full turn of beam damage on this unit, and it's right on the axis in which they're moving. So it's possible we can just take this unit out in one turn. Okay, as for the rest... The team generally should be moving faster than my usual loadout, so I want to try and take advantage of that. But with that in mind, it's not unlimited. So I was hoping I might be able to. Well, actually, you know what? Let's. I'm trying to see if I can get to the objective before the end of the... Oh, I can. So I may not be doing any damage, but this is one that's able to sustain... This will be a bit of a slower moving one. It is getting kind of crowded in here, so I want to make sure that I'm not accidentally causing my people to sort of bonk each other on the head. I am going to try and have at least one unit that does not take heat damage as we move in. But again, like the reinforce... So the justification for this behavior right now is that there's enemy reinforcements arriving in 2 turns. So if I can move everyone like into a good spot in time for... in time for that arrival, or at the very least if we can take out enemies... we're well ahead of the game. So let's watch the madness unfold. This is going to be ridiculous. I want the 6,000 damage I was promised. Okay, so they're gonna dodge most of the damage that comes off of that if I don't move. And apparently that doesn't count as us taking that objective, which is a bit of a shame, so... How much damage does this thing have left? We do need to worry about the red ring. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Once this is finished, I'm gonna move out and around. I'm not gonna start a second shot, but I'm hoping that everything's lined up for us to inconvenience these two. So let's see what happens here. Nothing good. So we take a little damage off of this, but not a catastrophic amount. It also lets me get some shots on the turret again. Yeah, I mean, everybody's still focusing on this unit, so I might as well take advantage of it and let the team get where they need to go. This is not the target I normally would have wanted to focus my attention on, but it's the one that's currently in range. And then once that's done, I'm going to move them. We're not going to complete this move, but... yeah, so not quite how I expected this turn going out, but let's see how it all turns out. Oh man, they reset the damage counter too. So this did like nothing. I also miscalculated the angle. That's no good. I want to see where those missiles are headed. This guy should crash. These are some pretty pitiful damage numbers we're doing here. But we're actually in a pretty interesting place. So, I'm gonna beam the crap out of him over here. So somebody's gotta stay put. That's fine. I'll just keep shotgunning them in the back for as long as I can. Oh, actually, this is going to be such a dirty move, but I'm 100% for in favor of it. So we're going to run through. I'm going to stick my shield up. So I believe that should knock them over. And this unit's actually kind of free, so what we're going to do here, I'm going to move them. Let's see, they do get the free shot. Yeah, I really don't like hiding like this, but... And my lower body got taken out. I'm assuming that's because of heat. There's a lot that was going on there. Commander of the base is circled around to the perimeter. We're ready to pick up the squad if needed. The enemy will hold the site if you do so. Alright, so what are we up against here? We've got a beam and an SMG, so maybe the AI will show me how to use the beam weapon. And we've got a shotgun and a compact launcher. That compact launcher is 315 in a full volley. Okay. So I'll just take the objective here. What I think I'm going to do on this end. So here we kind of... I mean, limping is the only option we have, and this is the shotgun. Actually, everything about this unit's kind of banged up, so I think at this point we should probably try and get them. I think we should try and get them out of the engagement. We are already going to need to recover their lower body. I don't remember what their item was, so that's going to be a little interesting. However, I do have an option here, so I gotta get a little fancy on the footwork. But we wait just long enough. So yeah, the one thing I can't do is run into them. That's too late, so... Tricky. I just went slightly off angle, and then I just hit both people. Yeah, so the problem I have with this is that this isn't really where I want to be. It's maybe half the duration, but let's work with it. Because I also get some sort of easy shots on this unit. So again, we'll kind of focus one at a time on the enemy. Now this unit does want to attack me, so I also need to make sure that I run to safety in time. It's not nearly good enough. Better still, because we've got missiles coming in. Let's dash. So there's some heat damage, but I think the worst that we can do to ourselves has already happened. I didn't realize there was another turret there. So if I have an opportunity to shoot with my machine gun, I'll take it, but let's see how it works out. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this beam weapon, to be honest. But clearly we have an opportunity. Okay, so again, they both wanna hurt the Sleipnir, so we take advantage of it and direct our attention elsewhere. That's a little optimistic. Okay, so we run through. They can't shoot through a wall. Yeah, everyone's happy except the enemy. And unfortunately, the range is too far on this thing, so... Well, it might be too far for... might be too far for the enemy units, but it's perfect range for the tower. Yeah, I don't know, like 200 barrier damage is not, that's not the 6,000 that I must have misread something, because this is definitely underwhelming as far as damage goes. Although this unit is going to be staying put, so perhaps... I mean, again, I'm taking a lot of... Oh. I'm taking a bit of a leap here. Although, if memory serves, I believe shields do deflect beams. So it does set me up for a nice little crossfire here. Okay, this unit... They were focusing on the Sleipnir, and then they're moving for the rest of the turn, so that means I get to change position. Nope. Maybe I'm a little too quick. So I want to change position, but not in such a way that I let them open fire on me. So this does put me in something of a dangerous position, simply because they're gonna have 2 units that are attacking me. There aren't as many obvious places for me to hide. However, this one may not be standing by next turn. So let's see where it goes. Yeah, so I mean, it's all right. Still not really delivering on the real promise we saw in that beam. Okay, so I need to make sure that I get to safety. At this point, it should be pretty straightforward to mop up this enemy. I mean, I have every incentive, because if I don't, they get to take me out with their sidearm. This is more about moving them in position for next turn rather than delivering on anything. And apparently I don't know I don't know how movement works. There we go. What I am curious though is if I have a line of sight to... Yes, very good. A little friendly fire there. Okay, so they do want to hurt the beam unit, and it's a shotgun, so it's a pretty meaningful threat. Mind you, once they're done with the shotgun, there's nothing else, so... Cool. All hostiles eliminated, site under control. So I can't remember if it'll tell us... Yes. Okay, so it's the Lance that lost these. So yes, we will need to recover. Again, we'll grab the greens. Actually, there's not a lot of special stuff here, so... The tracer would actually be kind of interesting to okay, let's see if we can make those work. Okay. You know, I'm not even going to mess around with it. Let's just... It's repair in progress, so I gotta wait on that. Okay, so here's the thing. It's already past 8. I'm gonna take a quick second here just to see if Dirty Rectangles is up and running. If it is, I'm gonna have to call it. Sorry, it's gonna look like the encoding's overloaded for a little bit. That's just my browser's loading up. Okay, so Dirty Rectangles is live, but are they live?
Choices of weapon.
Okay, yes, it does look like they're already underway. So, for those of you that don't know, Dirty Rectangles is the Ottawa independent game dev collective. There is sort of a satellite or sister or however you want to look at it. There's an extra group in Toronto now, and because of the pandemic, they switched to online meetups. And so everyone, I have actually given a presentation at one of the online meetups. It seemed like a few of you liked that one. But the biggest one is I still want to be kind of a good member of the local community. And in fact, it turns I met someone in Vancouver who'd actually come from that. So I am going to leave you in their very capable hands. There's already a presentation already underway. I hope you do stick around for it. As for me, I'm going to be back for Friday for Mad King Brutus's birthday. I believe we'll be doing Mass Effect, barring some kind of technical problem. And then we will be back for more Phantom Brigade next week if you're just waiting for that. So sorry to end a little bit abruptly, but this was just my chance to get what I could do in. And the rest of it we will, we'll handle next week with a full length stream. Oh, I forgot to hit the proper raid button. So I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I can really point out other than just to say thank you. I hope you all have a good night. Please stick around. Oh, and I didn't properly shout out Night Valiant. So once you're done watching Dirty Rectangles, you can watch the soft-voiced Brazilian streamer and enjoy his stylings. All right, we are ready to... Oh, I'll probably see you in your stream before I go to sleep. So anyways, have a good night. Please stick around for Dirty Rectangles, and we will see you day after tomorrow.
I also can't jump when I have that ring equipped.
So you're just de-equipping it when you get your damage back. Okay. I thought maybe it was like a cursed ring or something, but no. It's
there are rings that raise this stat, which is curse, and that basically makes the game harder. As you can see, I have died, and when I die, that summons this enemy called the King Taker, who I have to fight. And if I beat them, I can then continue the run. Or if I die, I die for real. And you can tell because I have black hearts instead of normal pink hearts. So I'm just going to try and fight them. And if I die, we'll restart and check out some other stuff in the game.
It's really cool. I like how can't think of the right adjective. Austere, I guess. The everything looks just solely based on the height of the walls in the ring.
That was something I actually really tried to make. I tried to make this aesthetic where everything looks not necessarily ruined, but also but kind of abandoned, but in a way where there's still kind of this sense of regality, maybe. Like this was an important place or a holy place that you're now kind of entering and ransacking. So as you could see, I managed to escape the boss room and go down to the next floor. One of the things about this game is that I wanted there to be a lot of accessibility options. So, and because I've pissed off the lion, actually I'm not even sure how I pissed off the lion.